What up, New York Giant Nation? It is your boy, Mac the Giants fan, man. Here to talk about it with another edition of the True Blue Podcast, man. It's scheduled and dropped. You know what I mean? We know our victims. We know which order we going to take them down in. And it's just a whole new day here in New York Giant land. Whole new day, man. I'm here to talk about the schedule, break it down, make some game predictions, just talk about it a little bit. Talk a little bit about Malik Nabors tonight as well. Just some, couple updates on him that I know everybody doesn't know. I know what's going on. What's going on in the chat? My guy, Clinton Jones. Appreciate you popping in, my brother. Everything is going well with me, man. I'm doing real good. Everything is going good, man. Just here talk about the Giants for a little while, man, on this Friday evening. But yeah, like I said, the schedule didn't drop. I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit, though, man. I think I'm gonna just catch everybody up the Malik Nabors situation. I know everybody already pretty much caught up with it, but I'm here to talk about it now. I ain't said my piece about it. He had the second surgery a couple weeks ago. Oh, it's been several weeks back. Not exactly sure when, but just like a cleaning up procedure, and people don't need to be getting all upset, all uptight. It's just a little cleanup procedure, nothing major. Shouldn't be a major setback. New York Giants been kind of tight-lipped with Malik Nabors' whole situation throughout this whole process, but they still hopeful that he might be ready for week one. I don't see it at all. As a matter of fact, go back to what Big Dash said in his video the other day, yesterday, I think it might have been. I wouldn't expect Malik Nabors. I agree with him wholeheartedly. I wouldn't expect Malik Nabors till about October, to be honest, if we keeping it all the way real, man. That, to me, you got to be safe with this. You don't want to bring him back too soon and he do more damage, especially playing on that MetLife turf. So I would definitely be really precautious with him in this whole process, man. So I definitely wouldn't be in a rush to try to get him on the field. I know the first couple of weeks of the season, we got a couple of big games. We'll be talking about them. I'll be talking about them in a few, but yeah, I wouldn't rush Malik back, man. You got to just believe in the guys you got that are ready to go. But it's definitely this past surgery, people, it's not a catastrophic setback by no means, man. It was just something that was actually more expected. And now it's just out and circulating in the media and people making it more of a story than it actually is, man. That's all. So nothing to get worried about. Nothing to be too concerned with. Just Malik Nabors. I just want to take their time with them, get them back all the way to 100%, and believe in the guys you got, man. What's going on, my guy in the chat? No Mets, no Nets, no Jets, man. What it do today, man? Hanging out with your boy on a Friday. I'll be getting to the schedule in a minute, man. I just wanted to talk about Malik Nabors for a quick minute. But yeah, I mean, it's the reason you go out in free agency and you get Darnell Mooney and Calvin Austin, and you sign Isaiah Likely and you bring weapons into that receiver room. It's a reason you do that. You know what I mean? And part of that is probably because of the uncertainty with what's going on with Malik Nabors and his knee. So you gotta those are the kind of moves you made just to kind of help cover your behind, as well as drafting Malachi Fields in the third round. Listening while you walk the dog. All right, that's what's up. But yeah, that's the reason you make some of those moves, man, in free agency like you did. And obviously, none of those guys are Malik Nabors, but they should be, with the guys that were already here that may still be here, because we don't know who's going to actually be here come September. But at the end of the day, they should be able to make some moves, man. Those should be able to kind of keep us, our head above the water while we waiting for Malik Nabors to get back, because I think it'll be just too detrimental if you bring him back too soon and he goes right out there and re-aggravates that knee immediately or something like that. That's just not something we're looking for, or he's overcompensating too much and then messes the other knee up for all we know. I mean, those are the kind of things that happens when you rush people back. So I would just, take their time with Malik. It ain't no big rush, man. and honestly isn't. He's got a lot of football left to play for the New York Giants going forward. You got to think the long game here. You got to, he's a dynamic receiver. You want him back at 100% and nothing less than 100%. But yeah, that schedule dropped yesterday, man, and for sure, like I said, I looked at it and what I saw is 17 victims, baby, or more like 14 victims. 14 victims since we played 3 of those teams twice, obviously. 14 victims is what I saw, man. Because look, this is what it's all about, man. We might not be able to go out there and win every damn game, but we're going to go out there and punch everybody in the damn mouth. Because the New York Giants, what we doing this year? This is what we doing this year.
I'm coming for that number 1 spot.
Absolutely. That's what we doing this year. I'm all about that right now. I'm fired up, more fired up than I've been in the month of May in a long time. You know what I mean? And I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see this team get on that field and start lighting jokers up. Man, Tremaine Edmonds, Arvell Reese together in that linebacking core. Oh, my God. The biggest damn linebackers. It's the biggest damn linebacking core in the league, probably. These two boys, they about to get after people, man. What we going to do on offense, we're going to maul defenses on offense, maul them with a power running game. Yes, we coming for it. I want all the smoke, all of it. This ain't no game no more, man. It ain't no game. It's the real thing, man. And Big Blue is back. We back. We might not, like I said, I ain't talking about like we gonna go undefeated and just run over top of everybody. Of course not. Of course we ain't doing all that. But I'm just saying we getting that credibility back. It's all coming back this year in 2026. The New York Giants will resurface. No Mets in the chat, man. You said I hate the opening game. I mean, I've been getting a little bit. It's been a little, back and forth with that with a lot of people, man. Personally, I'm with it. I'm okay with it because it's the type of game you can go out there and make a statement right from the door, week 1. And as we all know, the opening game is Sunday Night Football with the Dallas Cowboys, man. So if the Giants win that game, we should all be on alert. The Giants win that game, bro. It's gonna be, which I think they are. I'm letting you know right now. I'm telling you right now. That's exactly how I'm calling that game. I think the New York Giants is winning that game against the Dallas Cowboys because they're not going to know what to truly expect. It's going to be a different Giants team than they've ever seen before. Dak Prescott ain't never seen a Giants team like the one he going to see September 13th. He just ain't never seen that. So I'm putting them on notice. That's what we coming for it, man. Like I just said, like Luda just said, coming for that number 1 spot. You know what I mean? Like this ain't the same little punk ass Giants team, man. This ain't the same. This ain't that Giants team that went out there week 1 against Dallas a couple years ago and got skunked 40-0. This ain't that same team by no means. We the bullies now. We gonna be the bullies, and they're gonna find out. League still sleeping on us. We gotta go out there and earn it, and we gonna do that. It's exactly what we gonna do. That's exactly what we gonna do. We're gonna go out there and earn the dub on September 13th, week 1, prime time against them Dallas Cowboys, man. Big time divisional matchup. The New York Giants have been absolutely terrible in the NFC East division for several years. I don't even remember the last time we had a winning record within the division, to be honest. Because even the year in 2022, we went to the postseason, we still had a losing record that year in the damn division. We were 2-4 in the division that year, if I'm not mistaken. Only beating the Washington both times we played them that season. And we just been terrible. I mean, a couple years ago in 24, I believe we got absolutely, I think we went 0-6 in the division. It's been or 1-5, something like that. It was bad. It was bad. Maybe, yeah. I know we went 0-6 one of them years too. And I mean, that's been disgraceful. That's where it starts. That's why I'm kind of okay with this being the first game. Make a statement. Because the Cowboys been, they've been, we've been the butt of their jokes for far too long, basically. I mean, they've been eating off of us for far too long. The fact that Dak Prescott has only lost to the New York Giants twice in his whole career, and that they was both his rookie season when the Giants swept the Cowboys, that's just not acceptable. Not acceptable to me, and it shouldn't be acceptable to nobody else associated with the New York Giants. What is going on, Daniel Barry? Appreciate you popping in, man. Thanks for coming through, Daniel, and hanging out for a little bit on this Friday night, man. I appreciate you, my brother. But, yeah, that's just not good enough. What the Cowboys and the Eagles in particular have been doing to the Giants, and I mean, here even lately, the Commanders been getting themselves some. That's just not good enough. We have to become more competitive within our own division, and this is a great way to start the season off and set that tone that we are not going to be the doormats of the NFC East anymore. We done being that. We're not supposed to be that. We are the New York Giants. We're not supposed to be the doormats. And we taking that back. We coming back and getting ourselves some, man. Like I said, if nothing else, we going to get all our respect back. We ain't the best team by no means. We ain't the most talented team by no means. But we are going to be the most respected team. People going to put some respect back on the New York Giants name. That's what it is. That's what 2026 is really all about. Can't set the bar crazy high. You can't expect to come out and think we're going to be the New England Patriots and go ahead and go to the Super Bowl. I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen, but obviously it's not too likely to happen, given all we know, at least for right now. Maybe they come out surprises and really take that step. And that'll be obviously a welcome. But at the same time, that's not necessarily an expectation. My expectation is getting that respect back. Because we ain't respected. We still ain't respected. People still ain't convinced that we ready to take that step. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it's all about this year, going out and proving that. Schedule, it ain't quite as rough. It don't look quite as rough as it did last year, but it's still we still got some dogs, man, on this schedule to deal with, man. And speaking of that, let's go to week 2. Once again, New York Giants back in the prime time, back-to-back weeks, week 1 and 2. Monday Night Football, going out to L.A., taking on the Los Angeles Rams, a team that most people feel like is the best goddamn team in NFC. And you know what? On paper, I can't say I disagree. But they don't play them games on paper. And I tell you one thing good about this game is we catching them L.A. Rams coming back from a big, long trip all the way across the other side of the world into Australia. I mean, it could have some lingering effects there. I mean, they have about 13 days to recover, something like that, 11 days or something like that. I think maybe 11 days, something like that, from Thursday till the game is on Monday night, obviously, the following Monday night. But that's a hell of a road. That's a hell of a trip to take. I mean, NFL, all this international stuff, I don't necessarily mind the Europe trips, going over there, expanding the game over there, giving the European audience a little bit of taste of the NFL action. I think Australia is a bit much, though. I think Australia is a bit much. I think that's kind of, a little ridiculous. But hey, in this case, it could possibly benefit us. We don't know how that Rams team going to feel coming back from that long road trip. We don't know how this long flight from a week. I mean, and really, how long it'll take to get them guys reacclimated to the time frame over here. It's a big difference. It's a hell of a difference, and it could have some lingering effects on some of the guys. And it is what it is. Better them than us. That's how I feel about it. But that's going to definitely be a rough one, man. If I had to sit here today, right now, with all I know, I don't think I could necessarily pick us to knock off the Rams. But like I said, we're going to go out there and we're going to battle with the Rams. They're going to know, they're going to remember the night they played against the New York Giants. That's for damn sure. They're going to remember that. So, look, I got to honestly say I probably chalk week 2 up as an L, man, to be quite honest. I just don't know if we got quite enough yet to compete 4 quarters with the Rams. I mean, that's a very talented football team, and they're definitely championship ready right now. I mean, I can't take nothing away from them. Then we got here to go our first big storyline game, man. Week 3. The Tennessee Titans coming to town. And look, obviously we know several former New York Giants, went off and found their way onto the Tennessee Titan roster. Wan'Dale Robinson, Cordell Flott, to name a couple, Bellinger. Our former head coach, Mr. Brian Dable, is now their offensive coordinator. And then Mr. Denard Wilson, their former defensive coordinator, is now our defensive coordinator. So, yeah, it's some interchanging parts here. A lot of, you wonder why Tennessee was so, anxious to grab up all of our players, considering these players were just part of what was a 4-win team a season ago. But, hey, more power to them. Maybe they'll get something out of them that we couldn't quite. But nonetheless, this will be a fun game. They'll be talking this one up all that week. Tennessee already kind of, start trying to, talk a little bit of trash, talk a little like some kind of rivalry with us for whatever reason. Another little hidden underlying storyline in this game as well. I mean, Jackson Dart, Cam Ward, the only 2 quarterbacks selected in the first round of draft a season ago. So another little underlying storyline there, hidden storyline. Potentially, people will try to, when we get this game, people will try to, make this into something bigger than what it actually is. It's just going to be 2 competitors going out there, 2 young guys going out there competing for their football teams, man, making the most of their situation. Hopefully, they'll both be, trending upwards and evolving. I mean, I'd say last year Jackson Dart definitely had a better rookie campaign than Cam Ward, but Cam Ward showed some flashes. He showed some signs, and he's got some more weapons on his squad now around him, man. They got some more pieces. Getting Carnell Tate, number 4 overall in the draft, should be a big addition to his receiver room. Give him a big target receiver to use. And Wan'Dale Robinson, obviously 1,000-yard receiver a year ago here with us, is now down there with him as well. So, he's got some pieces. He's got some all right little pieces, a few new toys to play with. Upgrade from what he was working with a year ago. So you never know what to really expect from a team like that. But I think we definitely are a better football team right now than the Tennessee Titans. Obviously we're in no position to take anybody for granted, but I just think we're gonna take it to that team, and I think we're gonna definitely come out on top week 3 against the Tennessee Titans. I don't see it. I definitely don't see Tennessee being able. They should not be able to come into MetLife Stadium and get a win on the New York Giants. It shouldn't go down that way. Like I said, I know we're not the greatest, but at the same time, we're better than them, and we have to prove that we're better than a team like that. That team has still. We think about some of the holes we still have. That team has way more holes than we do. That is not a complete football team right now, by no means. And they should be struggling through most of this year. Unless Cam Ward comes out and is just, unworldly at the quarterback position. That could obviously change the game. But I honestly, not taking anything away from that young man, I just don't see it happening, and I don't see them beating the New York Giants. Then we get to week 4, man, and we're still at home at MetLife. And we're bringing the Arizona Cardinals to town, man. And once again, it pretty much like the same things like what I'm saying here. This is a team that right now has no true identity. They drafted one hell of a player in the first round at number 3 overall, and Love, the running back, Jeremiah Love. But like that's about it. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr., maybe he takes another step this year. He hasn't quite been what was expected of him, but the quarterback position for them is where it's a mess. That quarterback room is a mess. I know Brissett has been a capable backup his career, throughout his career, but at the end of the day, that's what he is, man. He's not the guy, and he shouldn't be the guy. and right now it's looking like he is going to be the guy over there in Arizona. And to me, that's not going to get it done. And I think this is just a team that potentially could be the worst team in the league. To be honest, I think this Arizona Cardinals team could be that bad. I think I can see them right there in the mix with like Miami, and even the Tennessee team I was just speaking of. I mean, these are the kind of teams I expect to be in the mix for being like pretty much amongst the league's worst. And once again, I see no reason for the New York Giants to take an L against the Arizona Cardinals. I just don't. I'd be very disappointed if the Giants couldn't find a way to beat Arizona. I know they can beat Arizona. Usually has a history of being one of those kind of teams that disappoints people a lot. But I can't see it, man. Arizona should definitely be taking the L in Week 4 against the New York Giants, and I'd be disappointed to have to do an aftermath show that day, taking an L to the Arizona Cardinals. So Week 5, Washington going down to Washington, man, taking on the division rival Washington Commanders in Week 5. New York Giants, historically, even while we've been the absolute shit show that we've been for the last decade plus, has still normally really been having a time been handling Washington Commanders, except for the last couple of years, man. Last couple of years, Washington has definitely switched that trend, and they've been taking it to the New York Giants. I believe they have won the last 4 straight against the New York Giants. And this will be a tough one. I mean, it's a division rival. They've had our number for the last couple of years. But I still believe in our guys, man. I believe in what's getting built here, and I think we go ahead and take that little rivalry back in favor of us, man. I think the New York Giants go out there and get the job done Week 5 against the Washington Commanders as well, putting us at 3-2 right now by my calculations at the Week 5 point, putting us at 3-2. So we get the week come up to Week 6, and we got the New Orleans Saints at MetLife, back home at MetLife Stadium once again. If we were playing them Saints down in that dome, I tell you, it's always a difference down in that dome, man. Something about that dome don't ever sit right with the New York Giants when they go down there, man. I don't know what it is. But in the reverse effect, when the Saints come to MetLife, it's always kind of the reverse thing, man, where that's where the Giants had their good days, against the Saints, New Orleans Saints. This will be another matchup between 2025 rookie quarterbacks, Jackson Dart and then Tyler Shuck. He was the next quarterback taken after Jackson Dart. He went in the second round. 2025 draft. He had a very impressive rookie season. And I look for this kid to also evolve and get better, man. Continue to grow. I mean, he really was impressive last season. Some even ranked him and said he was more successful than one Mr. Jackson Dart, or a lot of people were even saying. I don't necessarily agree with that opinion. I don't think he was quite better. I think Jackson Dart was still a little bit better than him a season ago, but at the same time, he was definitely good. Definitely did some great things, and they've added a nice new shiny toy to his repertoire too, and Mr. Jordan Tyson. So in his receiving core, and that could be deadly. Young man, if that young man can stay healthy, he can be a lethal weapon on that New Orleans Saints offense, man. I'm not really too sure about the New Orleans Saints defensively. I don't know what they bring to the table too much on the defensive side of the football. But coming to MetLife Stadium, I want to hope the New York Giants can defend their turf. And these are the games you got to win. Look at your schedule. These are the games you got to be able to win. You can't. These are the kind of games we can't afford to drop. And I'm gonna go with another dub here against the New Orleans Saints, man. In Week 6, putting the New York Giants surprisingly at 4-2. 4-1 to start the season. So, or 5-1. Wow, 5-1. Interesting indeed if it really plays out like that. That would be awesome. But here's where things start to get a little rougher, man. We're going to take a trip in week 7 down to Houston, man. Take on them Houston Texans. I do know what they bring to the table defensively, and it's ferocious. It is they mean business down there. Them boys are serious about their defense, man. This is one of the top defenses in the league by far. I expect them to still be that this year. I don't see them having a setback. This team, CJ Stroud, if he can come show back up, I mean, he had kind of a down year last year, a season ago, but if he can get back to his normal form, this could be a dangerous football team, man. I think this is going to be a very tough one. I think they probably will get the better of us, honestly, when it's all said and done. I don't think this is a football team that we are better than. And I'll get a nod and I'll concede to the Houston Texans here because I think what they bring to the table defensively, it may be a bit much. To be honest, this team is serious. And I think they will be competing down there in that AFC South division with the Jaguars and the Colts, and I think this is going to be. I think this might be a little much. So I'm gonna chalk this one up as another L for the New York Giants, putting them at 5-2. Then we get to the bye week. 5-2, man. You can't ask for anything better than that. You can't ask for anything better than going to the bye week at 5-2 if you're the New York Giants, man. So then we get back out the bye week in week 9. We got the Philadelphia Eagles. Our first matchup with the Philadelphia Eagles will be going down to Philly for this one. And on the road against Philly coming off the bye. I'd like to think the New York Giants be ready for them, with an extra week of rest. But another tough divisional matchup in the NFC East, a team that's notoriously forever, as long as I can go back as a Giant fan, which is back into the 80s, has always just had our number, man. They've just been that team that for one reason or another, man, we just always seem to struggle with this football team for whatever reason, man. So I think that this is a tough one. I think this one in Philly, man, I'll get this first matchup in Philly to the Eagles, man. I will have us, drop back to 5-3 because I just think this Eagle team is, look, right now on paper, with all we know right now on paper, they're a better football team. But hopefully we can prove them wrong. Now we know we did get a big win against them a season ago at MetLife last year on Thursday Night Football a season ago. But this Philly team, man, look, they reloading. And they're a good football team. It's hard to admit it. I hate admitting it, but it's the truth. It just is what it is. All right, week 10, man. We back at home at week 10, hosting the Washington Commanders once again. Thursday Night Football. Back under the primetime lights once again. And I think we go ahead and get that sweep off of the Washington Commanders, man. That's just how I feel. I think we're better than them. I think we're definitely going to leapfrog over them in this division, if nothing else, this season for sure. I don't see us. I think I see them going back to the cellar where they belong, and I see us leapfrogging over them for sure. And I think we start that process by completing the season sweep of the Washington Commanders. It's not to be disrespectful, but I just think we're better. I think we're going to be more physical. I think they're not going to have an answer for us. I think what we're going to bring to the table with the power game, it's going to be too much for the Washington Commanders, man. I think we go out there at MetLife and we overwhelm them. I do. Absolutely believe that. So that's what it is, and that's the way I'm going with this one, for sure. So that brings us to week 11. At home, taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars, a very, very good football team, a team that came up a season ago. And they definitely made some noise, man. I think they might still remember that last time we played Jacksonville a couple of years ago. I think they may still remember that some of the guys that were around there on that team that season, New York Giants beating them at the last minute, keeping them out. Well, not beating them at the last minute, keeping them out the end zone when they had an opportunity to go in for a go-ahead score to win the game, and the New York Giants playing clutch defense, keeping them out the end zone. That I know that loss hurt Jacksonville Jaguars, and they might still remember that, some of the guys still around. And I believe in that vengeance. You know what I mean? I'm one of those guys that I'm a believer in that. These guys and how they holding the grudge. And just for the sake of some of those guys that may or may not remember. And I think they're a talented football team, to be honest. This is definitely be a tough matchup at home. But I'm gonna get a nod to Jacksonville here. I'm gonna get a nod to Jacksonville. I'm gonna, I can, like I said, they're a talented football team, and I think they're definitely on a bit of a mission as well in the AFC. Trevor Lawrence played some of the best football of his life a season ago, and I expect that to continue. So we got week 12 now, and we're back on the road, going down to a spot where we hopefully will see a friend of ours, our old buddy, going down to Indianapolis, taking on the Colts, man. And Daniel Jones should be the quarterback, unless he gets injured again, because he should definitely be back from his injury by week 12. And that's got that old little storyline. Daniel Jones' first game against the New York Giants. And I think we're going to go down there. I think that's a game we can go down and potentially, get the job done once again on the road against the Indianapolis Colts. I believe that the New York Giants can do it, man. I think they will do it. I think they're going to go down there and let everybody know exactly why they had to move on from one Mr. Daniel Jones. I know he had some success a season ago before the injury. He was playing pretty good football for the Colts. And I'm not knocking the kid. I know he's a good athlete, and I know he works hard. It just wasn't meant to be here in New York. And maybe he had some of that same success that he had a season ago. But at this end of the day, we're going to go down there and we're going to get after his ass. We're going to pin our ears back, and we're going to show exactly everybody why it was time to move on from him. Point blank and period. Week 13, back home again to MetLife Stadium in the 4:00 window, taking on them San Francisco 49ers. This is one of our old school divisional rivals, so to speak, man, going way back to the 80s, man. So many memorable games between the New York Giants and the 49ers. Played them last year, too, as a matter of fact. And they definitely took it to us, man. One of our more lopsided losses of last season. This one here at home, man, 49ers, they're a tough team to figure out, man. I'm not sure exactly what version of them we're going to get this year, but I feel good about the version of the New York Giants we're going to get, and I think we'll be hitting our stride at this point in the year, man. And I think that we can go out there and get it done against the Niners as well, man. I think we can. I believe in that. I really do. I think people are sleeping on the New York Giants in a major, major way, man. And I think we're going to open some eyes up. So, following the 49ers, week 14, we got to hit that road once again and go across the country and go visit the champs. This is a whole different animal. Once again, this is another defense that is absolutely lights out. And they're dangerous, straight up. It's a dangerous team. They are the defending world champs. And their stadium is one of the hardest stadiums to go play in, man, on the road. That 12th man is very, very real out there, man, in Seattle. I know we went out there a couple years ago and it was very successful. Got a big W out there. But I think this is a completely different Seattle team, and that defense is vicious. It's vicious and it's special. It's a special unit. and they've already proven to be a special unit. No, they got some changes. They lost Kenneth Walker in free agency. They still got JSN. And as long as Sam Darnold is playing the good football that he's been playing for the last couple of years, continues on that path, they're going to still be a very, very tough team to deal with, man. And I'm not calling a victory against the Seattle Seahawks, man. I put some respect on the defending champ's name, man. And I think the Seahawks will get the best of the Giants. Week 15, back home. It's back and forth, home away. Back home against the Cleveland Browns. Once again, we don't know who's going to be the quarterback for the Browns. Will it be Watson? Will it be Shedeur Sanders? Will it be Dylan Gabriel? A lot of unknowns with this Cleveland team, but they did a lot. They did some things in this draft, to put some weapons around whoever's going to be the quarterback. They really put some emphasis on that, as well as the offensive line. I think they will be an improved Cleveland team. I still think they're going to be a very good team, though. I think they're going to still be amongst the bottom teams in the league. With that being said, this is like what I said earlier, one of those kind of games that you got to win. This is a game the New York Giants have to be able to win. They have to be able to beat the Cleveland Browns. And I think they will get that job done as well. What is going on, Tudo, in the chat, man? I appreciate you popping in, man. Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. It's good to see you, always. But week 16, back under the primetime lights again of Monday Night Football, man. Going out to Motown to take on the Detroit Lions. This game hurt me last season, man, thinking about that Detroit game a season ago. How the walk-off touchdown run by Jahmyr Gibbs in the overtime session, man. That game still haunts me to this day, man. Heading back out to Motown once again. Back-to-back years taking that trip to Detroit. This Detroit team is a good team as well, man. I think they had some weird things happen to them a season ago, adjusting to life without Ben Johnson. And I think that that was I think there was a bit of an anomaly the season they had a year ago. This was a very talented football team, and they got some really good pieces. Jahmyr Gibbs is one of the absolute premier running backs in this league, one of the tops at that position for sure. Explosive, and this kid can just get you, as we saw what he did to us a season ago. Aiden Hutchinson on the other side, on the defensive side of the ball, one of the absolute elite edge rushers in this league, man. And I think, thank you, Tudo. I appreciate it. And I think they're going to be a lot to handle, man. I know we almost got them last season. This is a whole new year, man. I'm not so sure how I feel about this one, man. I think I'm going to go ahead and get this one to the Detroit Lions as well. And then week 17, going back to Dallas, man. Going back to Dallas. Whew. Another tough one, man. Division champ, don't know the status of what these teams are going to be. What you got to say too, though? No. It says, Mac, please post an upcoming live stream MMA notification for the viewers to join your show tomorrow night, mate. I don't know. I'll see if the guys are going live tomorrow night. I didn't even know about anything tomorrow night, to be honest. But I'll look into it and I'll see. I'll get something going. If it is, I'm down for sure. But the Dallas Cowboys, I mean, this could be a big game in the NFC's division for positioning, jockeying for a little position in the division at this stage of the season. Who knows what it's going to be, to be honest. I mean, we don't know. Nobody knows. I'm not psychic. Can't really see down that road right now, but this could be a big game. I mean, I already picked the New York Giants to beat Dallas week 1. This could be their little revenge game. Get the better of the New York Giants here. Potentially. I'm going to go the way of Dallas, even though I don't really like saying that, fixing my mouth to say those words, but I'm gonna go ahead and give this one to Dallas, this Week 17 matchup, and that takes us to Week 18, man. And in this season, obviously with another division opponent, and that would be the Philadelphia Eagles. We're taking them on at MetLife at home. We get them in MetLife Stadium, and this could be for all the marbles. This could be, for all we know, this could be for the division. And I don't know. I'm not. This Eagle team. This could be an interesting matchup. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this one to the Eagles as well, man. To be honest, I just think this team is right now. I mean, it's hard for me to pick us. It's hard for me to ever pick us to win against the Eagles because just the history of that, what I've witnessed my entire life. It's just for whatever reason it's just that one of those teams that we always seem to struggle against, man. No matter what, even in seasons when we're clearly a better team than them, they find ways to get it done against us for whatever reason. So what I got the New York Giants finishing. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would be 9 wins, which would mean 8 losses. For what it's worth, no, that's not what a lot of people want to hear. But I take 9 and 8. You know what I mean? I'll take 9 and 8 if that's how it really plays out. I mean, considering the New York Giants was a 4-win team a season ago, considering we haven't had a really good year and God knows when. I mean, 2022, we made it to the postseason, yada, yada, yada. But that wasn't necessarily a great year either. We did make it to the postseason and win a postseason game. So, you know, it definitely was a successful season in a sense. But I don't know. Judo, you got 12 and 5. 12 and 5 this season, man. We say forget about it. Look, I wish I could share that same confidence, man. But I'm trying to keep it, you know, as real as I can keep it, honestly. It just based on maybe you're right. Maybe you are right, though. I mean, maybe this team could do that and put up that kind of a record, and that would be amazing. But that would mean them getting some really tough wins in some of these games, man. And I'm just not so sure if we're quite there yet. Have to see it on the field. Got to see the product on the field. But to me, a 9 and 8 season, if the New York Giants were able to, you know, be a 9 and 8 team, that would be to me that would be amazing. That would be a lot of progress in the future. And to me, that would mean the future is definitely bright. You know, so I'm gonna go with that right now. A 9 and 8 team, man. Like I said, our road schedule is brutal. I don't know if anybody has really noticed the teams we play on the road. The Rams, obviously, are the 3 teams in our division: the Cowboys, Eagles, and Commanders. But we also got to go to Houston. We got to go to Indianapolis. We got to go to Seattle. We got to go to Detroit. I mean, those are tough games on the road. None of those are very, very tough teams to have to go and play them at their stadium. So I mean, pretty much almost all of those teams except for Detroit and the Colts are only ones of those teams that won in the postseason a year ago, and obviously the Commanders and the Cowboys. But this is going to be tough sailing, man. I think that's what makes this schedule so like tricky for me, and why some of the games that even though I wanted to fix my mouth and say we could win, wasn't so sure, man. But also, by my calculation, my predictions, we also have us finishing 3-3 within the division, which once again, not great necessarily, but it's 500, which is way better than what we have been doing in the NFCs. I mean, what were we last year in the division? 1-5, right? Yeah, we only beat the Eagles that one game. Swept by the Commanders, swept by the Cowboys. Oh no, we were 2-4. Excuse me, we did beat the Cowboys in that last game of the season, which meant absolutely nothing anyway. So yeah, 2-4 in the division a season ago. I think we were 1-5 the year before. I think we were I feel like we were 0-6 in the division a couple of years ago too. So it's just been bad. I think that was in 2023. Maybe we were 0-6 in the division. I mean, just absolutely, we've been terrible in the NFC. So we need to get, like I said, we get our respect back, man. But we coming, man. We getting our credibility. We coming back for it, man. This team is going to be the punishers this year. We will be punishing people. Like I said, even in defeat, people are going to remember playing the New York Giants. That's just what it is. That's how it's going to be this year. we punching jokers in the mouth. Like I said, and I do mean that, man. And I mean every bit of it.
Coming for that number 1 spot.
Absolutely, man. We're gonna be playing like RL Reese said, fast and violent, and that's what it is, man. Physical football team. I know we're not the most talented, and that's why you're gonna take some L's here and there. But I think this football team is serious, and we're back, man. We're going to be back to real New York Giant football, New York Giant football that I grew up on. I grew up on what I call the real New York Giant football. I don't know who these guys have been for the last decade. They've been imposters because it ain't the team that I grew up on. New York Giants teams I know always brought the physical. They always punched people in the mouth. Somewhere along the lines, we got soft. And we turned all that back around this year, man. Ain't gonna be no more of that. Ain't gonna be no more of it, man. People ain't gonna just be laughing at the New York Giants. Not anymore. We're not gonna be the joke of the league. That running joke that everybody just laughing behind our not even behind our back. Right in our damn face. And we ain't doing nothing about it. No. Games like that New England game a season ago when they were beating Jackson Dart up and nobody was doing nothing about it. That ain't going to be how it's going down this year. We're going to be getting some receipts. Believe that. Definitely believe that. Like I said, hopefully we get Malik Nabors back sooner than later, but at the same time, only want him back when he's 100%. He's got to be 100%. Hopefully Cam Scottaboo can come back and get back to the same form he was showing. Man was a touchdown machine a season ago, and this year he should be set up to be able to be even more explosive, hopefully. I mean, I don't know the injury. Seems like he's okay. Everything I'm hearing about him, he seems to be perfectly fine and ready to go. We got a better upgraded receiver room. Addition to Malachi Fields, hopefully can be a big factor. Finally got a big receiver in there that hopefully can be a legit red zone threat. Isaiah Likely, hope he's worth every penny that New York Giants are paying him because they paid him a nice little bit of a change to come in and be a difference maker. And then to add him into the room with Theo Johnson, if Theo Johnson could just catch the damn ball, he'd be a viable piece. I just don't have enough faith in him to be consistently catching the football because he just has brick hands. But he was a damn good red zone target and red zone threat. He just couldn't always rely on him to catch the football. Hopefully that changes this year. And then we got two really good tight ends in that room. Two really good dynamic tight ends in the room, as a matter of fact, that brings something different to the table. So hopefully, and in the middle of that defense, keep harping on it. I mean, we don't have a Dexter Lawrence anymore. Obviously none of the guys we brought in are Dexter Lawrence. But hopefully collectively as a good rotation, they can supplement what Dexter brought to the table, man, what he was doing for us. Darius Alexander, Abdul Carter continue to grow. They show real growth late in the season a year ago. Abdul Carter was, he was good with the pressures all season long, applying pressure, but he wasn't getting home, man. And then he finally started. He got home a few times late in the season. Finally, started, making some of those plays that we were expecting him to make. And like I said, Darius Alexander also did grow. I mean, hopefully Francis Mano will come in and fit right in perfectly at right guard. But what I'm really excited to see, man, is that linebacking core. Arvell Reese, Tremaine Edmonds. Woo! New York Giants ain't had a pair of linebackers like that in so long. And that's what I'm excited to see, man. I'm excited. I can't wait to OTAs next week to see these guys on the field together. Just even though it's just practice, just to get a look at what it's going to look like. What is going on, Miz, man? How you doing, bro? I was just up here talking. I just broke down the schedule, laid down a 9-8 prediction. I don't know how you feel, what you think the record might be. I came to 9-8 as I was breaking down the games, but hopefully it can be even better. I think the front seven can be lethal, bro. I agree with you. I'm right there with you, man. I think the front seven can be a very dangerous unit, man. I think just the guys up front on the across the D line. I think we got some better guys than people are realizing. And I think that like I said, the linebackers, and then don't sleep on Micah McFadden. People are very, very dismissive of Micah McFadden. The fact that he'll be our third, he's pretty much third in the rotation. Come on. That's a pretty damn good third, because that guy was balling, man. He was stepping up. And it's such a shame that he got injured a year ago. Such a shame, because it did impact the defense. It absolutely impacted the defense when he went down. And the fact that you got a guy like him to rotate in, and now maybe he can contribute even more on special teams on top of that. Look, because he won't be playing as many defensive snaps now, most likely. Look, I'm all for it, man. I honestly feel the secondary is underrated too. I think they got a lot to prove. I got to see him. I think Denard Wilson is a coach that can maybe coach these guys back up and maybe start to get the most out of some of these guys. I mean, Tyler Newman got to start looking like a second-round pick out there, bro. I mean, I think that he has shown some signs of potential in this rookie season, and last year it was a complete regression. Tay Banks still in the mix. You get an opportunity. You see what he can do with an opportunity here. See if he can get back into the good graces of this coaching staff, or get into the good graces of this coaching staff, period. Because they different coaches, obviously. So, it's a lot, man. We'll see. I think they got a lot. Newsome, all these guys, man. I feel really good about Colton Hood, though. I like what I'm seeing. I like the way he speaks. I like his mentality. I like the way he plays the game. And hopefully he can come in and be big. Paulson Adebo can maybe bounce back as well. So we're going to see, man. Got 9-8 as the record. Yeah, so you feel the same way, about the same as I do, 9-8. Yeah, which to me is a successful year. 9-8 would be like that's big time. New York Giants go 9-8. They probably won't be good enough to get into the postseason. Maybe probably fall short of that. But at the end of the day, it's still so much progress. It will be so much progress. If Halls, D, and Debo can be healthy, develop Newman. Oh, if Javon Holland and Paulson Adebo can be healthy and helps Newman develop. Okay, I had to decipher that a little bit. But yeah, I see. I feel you. Because that's another thing. That's another good point. Javon Holland, man, had a really bad year a season ago, man, considering the level of play that you saw from him down in Miami. A guy like Paulson Adebo coming off the injury from the prior season, maybe that had a lot to do with his issues. But Javon Holland, I think he's definitely due for a bounce back year. He's a really, really good player, man. And I think people didn't get to see the best of him a season ago. So I think that hopefully he turns it around this year. And that does hopefully can bring the best out of Tyler Newman as well. But I think that the secondary has potential to be very, very good. But I got to see it, man. I got to see what these guys can do, because to me, That was a disappointing unit a year ago, and right now I got to call them the weakness of our defense right now. And the one weakness on that side of the football for me right now is the secondary until they prove otherwise. Brighton Madison at cornerback too. Okay. So Newsom, my man. I got you. And says 9-8 announces the Giants are back on the climb, and in 2027, eyes on the division title. That's what I'm talking about, Miz. You seeing it like me? That's exactly how I'm seeing it, man. 9-8 lets people, like you said, lets people know that the New York Giants are back. That they're back, and we ain't going nowhere, and we're gonna be feisty. A lot of young talent, and some of these 1 year contracts. If it works out that way, we'll turn into multiple year contracts. Who knows? But what I do know is we got some. We're doing things the right way. The way this team is being built finally the right way. You can see the vision. You can see the structure. You can see it. It's right there. It's laid out. They not being discreet about it. Letting you know. When you bring in a guy like Pat Ricard, when you draft a guy like Francis Malianoa, and you combine them and you combine those guys with what you got in the backfield and a running back like Cameron Scatterbill, you are letting the league know exactly what kind of team you want to be. Point blank and period. You're not sugarcoating it. Like I said, you're not hiding it in any way, shape, or form. You are putting it right out there. This is what we want to be. This is what we want to do. We want to maul you. And I think it's going to get a little bit of the same on defense. I'm excited for the defense this year because it was so terrible a season ago. It was so bad. And with a guy like Denard Wilson, the element of surprise, man, you just don't know, not knowing what to expect, and with the kind of linebackers you have now that can just cover so much of the field, man, sideline to sideline, get after it, man. They can get after it. Great. They blitz well. I mean, goodness gracious. I'm all about it, man. Arvell Reese, number 52, young man. When that jersey comes out, I know people people ain't really, don't buy jerseys too fast anymore. I'm all about it. I'm getting that 52. I'm getting it. Point blank and period. I'm getting that number 52. That kid is the real thing. He is all about football 24/7. That's what he does, man. That's what he thinks. That's all. He ain't thinking about nothing else. Like you said, he had to tell on draft night. Francis Malianoa had to tell Arvell Reese to smile, man. That kid is all serious. He's all business. And he's a New York Giant, man. Like I said, I can't wait for OTAs next week. See these guys, these young rookies, finally getting a little intermixing, mingling with the veterans, getting them all out there together, man, and starting to get a little bit clearer picture of what this team can be. And I'm ready to see it, man. I'm all for it. I'm ready for it. I think this team can be special, man. I really do. And I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. This time it's serious. It's real. It's for real. So I'm about to get ready to get up out of here, man. Been chilling here for the last hour, and I appreciate all y'all coming into the chat and hanging out with me, man. What is going on, Eric Seabrook? I ain't seen you in a minute. What is good with you, man? How you been, bro? Good to see you, man. Came in at the end, though, man. I'm about to wrap it up, man, for the night, man. But it's good to see you always, man. Appreciate you popping in, man. No doubt indeed. And I'll definitely be back next week recapping some OTAs, get some more New York Giant news out there. Let y'all know what's going on, man. Definitely be back, man, with y'all next week. Thank y'all for tuning in to another edition of the True Blue Podcast, man. It's your boy, Mac, the Giants fan. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. And definitely keep ringing that bell so you know when your boy dropping content, man. It's your boy, Mac, the Giants fan, the voice of the New York Giant fans. I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, MacDaGiantsFan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at MacDaGiantsFan. That's MacDa Giants Fan.